Welcome to A2 lesson 25. We're going to be looking at present and past simple passives. What do you understand by present passive, past passive? That is to take simply be, then you add past participle. As simple as that. What is a passive voice first of all? A passive voice is a voice we use when we focus on the action, not the person doing the action. If I want to put my focus on the action other than the person doing the action, I use passive voice. And if the doer of the action, the person doing the action, is unknown, or the person is unknown and important, or even it is obvious. When you say something is obvious, means something is already known. So in that case, we use passive voice. And when we want to sound more formal, objective, and neutral, we also use passive voice to sound more formal, objective. Objective means like to shift my focus on thing other than a person. And to also sound neutral, not biased on a person or biased on a thing. In that case, I use passive where I take be, then I add V3. Which is a past participle. The homework is done. I just don't want to focus on who did the homework. I just want to focus on the homework being done. The room was cleaned. I don't care who cleaned the room. I just care on the room being clean and cleaned. In that case, I use passive voice. Let's see now the present passive, present simple passive. Remember, we're going to look at the present simple passive and past simple passive. Let's start with the present simple passive. In this present simple passive, the be verb changes to the three forms of be. If you remember the first lesson of A1, we take is, are, based on the subject that we have. Then we add V3. English is spoken in many countries. Homework is checked every day. Computers are used in class. I am taught English by my teacher. You understand, simply like I'm focusing on the action, not the person doing the action. If I say English is spoken in many countries, I don't want to care who speaks English. My focus is on speaking English, just simple like that. Homework is checked every day. I don't care who checks the homework as long as the homework is checked. Simple like that. Computers are used in class. It's not important to tell you who uses the computer as long as the computers are used. Simple like that. When we say the present simple passive, it is generally used for general facts. Remember general facts. We say that also in the use of present simple. Remember the present simple tense. We say that we use present simple tense for general facts. Things which are routines, things which are always true, like that. The same with a present simple passive. We use it for general facts, rules. If it is a rule, use a present simple passive. And if it is a routine or processes, just use present simple passive. Rice is grown in many countries. That's general fact. There is no country you can go and don't find rice there. There is rice. They grow rice even in these countries having lots of the climate which is not favorable. They also do irrigation and they farm rice. The classroom is cleaned every afternoon. The tests are marked on Fridays. Let's continue with more further examples. English is spoken in many countries. The room is cleaned every morning. Chocolates are made in Belgium. Students are given books, like that. Even more examples. English is spoken here. The classroom is cleaned every morning. Milk is sold in shops. Students are taught grammar every day. Phones are used in communication. Homework is checked by the teacher. This lesson is prepared for A2 learners. The door is opened at 8 a.m. You see here we have many examples talking about the present passive. So make sure you understand them clearly, how they are applied into the real life. Now, how about the past simple passive? In past simple passive, remember the past simple verb to be in A1 lesson, we learned that verb to be takes two forms in past, was and were, depending on the subject. I was, he was, she was, it was, they were, you were. Like that. Except for the conditional, second conditional, where we use were for all subjects. But in other use, we use was or were, just like that, based on the subject. Then you add V3. The test was given yesterday. The students were taught last week. The windows were broken last night. A new road was built in 2020. Just simple like that. Let's see more continuation. We use past simple passive for actions that happened in the past, for completed actions, unknown or unimportant actor, and for reports of events. If we are going to report the events, if you are going to speak of something which is unknown or an important actor, the doer is unknown. We just use the past passive for the completed actions and even actions in the past. The room was cleaned yesterday. The chairs were removed last night. This book was written in 2010. The results were announced on Monday. Simply past passive focuses on the action completed before now. The action was completed, but when? Before now. How do we change active to passive? How do we change this active voice now to passive? Remember, I've seen just the structure of passive voice saying that it take B plus V3. How do we change? Changing from active to passive has 4 steps. Step number 1, we identify the object in an active voice. We make that object the new subject of the passive. And after that, we change the verb be. We change the verb to be plus V3. Verb is changed to V3, then we remember to put the be thing, the form of be, based on if it's a present or if it is a past, and even depending on the subject that we have. And it is optional. You can add by plus a person if necessary. Let's see the example here and follow the steps. The teacher teaches grammar. We identify the object first. Which object do we have here? Let me take a marker. Which object do we have? We have this one as the subject of the sentence. We have this as the verb. This is a verb. And we have this as an object of the sentence. What did we say? We said that we take the object and make it the subject, the new subject. We make it a new subject of the passive. So if this is the object we have to make it the subject here. It becomes the subject of a passive. You see here, you make this a subject like this. This is a subject. And then what do we do? The next third step, we say that we take be, form of be. Because this is teacher teaches, it is a present simple. Remember he, she, we add s or es to the verb like that. So if it is a present, we use is because grammar replaces subject it. Grammar it. And then we add V3 of the verb. We change the verb to V3. Just like this. We change the verb to V3. The verb was teaches, teach. Then the V3 is taught. Teach, taught, taught. Then the fourth formula, we say that we add by person if necessary. If it is necessary, we can add by plus the person, or you cannot. Then here I say that by the teacher. Simply like that, by the teacher. You see how it is very easy. When do we use present simple passive? As I said before, we use it when we are talking about general truth, describing their routines, giving instructions, and when we are focusing on the action or the doer. English is spoken in Rwanda. Bread is made from flour. The tests are marked carefully. When do we use the past passive? As I said, that we use it to describe events in the past, and when the doer is unknown, the doer is not important, and when we are reporting a past event, like the room was painted last week, phones were stolen yesterday, the class was started at 8. Changing the present to simple passive, past present, changing these things to present simple passive. They clean the classrooms every day. Change it. You will first look at the object, which is the classrooms. Then, after looking at the classrooms, you just check, is it a present or it is a past? They clean, it is a routine, so it is a present. The classroom, then you say is, because classroom is it. You say the classroom is, then you add V3 of the verb. Verb is clean, V3 is cleaned. The classroom is cleaned. Then, what do we have here? We have every day. The classroom is cleaned every day. Then we add by agent if it is important. By, this day is a subject pronoun. When we make it an object pronoun, remember the previous lesson we learned of subject, object, pronouns, and adjectives. If you haven't reviewed it, go, I think this is lesson 22, or if not lesson 23. Like that, you review it. And then you say by them. People speak English in many countries. The teacher checks homework weekly. They use computers in office. So you're going to give answers to number 2, number 3, and number 4. Let's change these sentences to past passive now. Past passive. They opened the shop at 7. Here we will first check what? The object and make it the subject. Here we have subject, verb. This is object. We take this object and make it what? Make it the subject of the passive. So we say the shop, then because we are in a past passive, they opened is a past. Then shop, because the shop is singular, we use the shop was. V3 of the verb stays as opened. The shop was opened, then we add this. The shop was opened at 7 by, there it changes to them. You know that. Someone broke the window. They made the cake yesterday. The school hired 2 new teachers. So you're going to transform that using the structure of was or were plus V3 of the verb. Just simple like that. Follow the 4 steps. They're very easy. Then let's go to quiz. Choose the correct passive form. You're going to choose if it is a present, if it is a past, based on what you see. The chairs dash dash yesterday. English dash dash in the school. The results dash dash last Monday. Phones dash dash by everyone today. The test dash dash now. So you're going to choose the right answer based on what you see here. Here you have move, speak, announce, use, give. You're going to choose the, remember you use V3 always, don't use V1. And we put B. If it is present we use is, are. If it is past we use was or were. And try to make it a good one. And follow the structure.